What if the first domino to fall in a China-Taiwan war wasn't Taiwan itself, but the Philippines? And what if the final decisive blow didn't come from American superpower might, but from a nation long underestimated? Vietnam? Imagine a flashpoint so explosive that the world's most volatile region ignites in just days. Alliances are pushed to the brink, and Asia's fate changes forever. This isn't just a battle for islands or territory. This is a struggle for survival, and the outcome will upend everything you thought you knew about power in the Pacific. Beijing calls it reunification. But to the world, it's invasion. An all-out, high-tech, and relentless assault. On day one, as the world watches in shock, China's missile forces unleash a barrage never seen in modern warfare. Hypersonic DF-15 and DF-21 missiles streak across the sky, slamming into Taiwan's critical infrastructure. Ports like Kaohsiung erupt in fire and chaos. Air bases in Hualien and Tainan are left craters and twisted metal, and vital radar and satellite facilities are blinded in the first minutes. Air raid sirens wail across the island. Civilians shelter in subway stations, while Taiwan's military scrambles to respond, but the damage is instant and catastrophic. The 7th Fleet, stationed nearby, is thrown into high alert. Every second counts as the world's most dangerous standoff explodes into open war. But the battle isn't contained to Taiwan. Across the Pacific, U.S. and Allied bases spring to life. On the island of Guam, American bombers roar down runways, loaded for missions that could decide the fate of the war. In Okinawa, Japanese fighters scramble, their pilots readying for the conflict of a generation. Yet the true front line is further south, the Philippines. On Luzon, U.S. Marines rush to fortify airfields and supply lines. Philippine and American aircraft take to the skies from Besa Air Base in a desperate bid to hold the line. The world is watching, and the stakes have never been higher. Then, in a flash, the fire turns south. China, determined to neutralize the American response before it can truly begin, launches a brutal and devastating second wave, this time aimed directly at the Philippines. High-speed missiles scream down on Basa Air Base, Palawan, and Fort Magsaysay, raining destruction and death. In less than an hour, 6 major bases are hit. Over 900 are killed in the initial strikes. Communications collapse. Filipino troops are left scrambling in the chaos. Radar towers topple. Evacuation orders blare through the frantic streets of Manila. And the world realizes the unthinkable. The Philippines has been silenced. China's message is clear and chilling. Interfere and burn. But in war, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. As China's missiles fall, a new player rises from the jungle. A nation shaped by decades of struggle and hardened by history's cruelest lessons. Vietnam, the dragon's old nemesis, refuses to be next. On the 11th day of the war, Operation Red Bamboo begins. From hidden command centers in Hanoi, Vietnamese missile crews launch a meticulously planned strike deep into the heart of China's strategic network. Their target? Cambodia's Ream Naval Base, the eyes and ears of China in Southeast Asia. The first missile strikes with shocking precision, followed by a devastating salvo. Chinese warships erupt in flames, surveillance posts are obliterated, and submarines surface, forced out of their hiding places by the destruction below. In a single day, China's entire southern line, once thought untouchable, is compromised. The dragon, for the first time, feels the tiger's bite. This audacious move shifts the balance of power. Now exposed, China's artificial reef bases in the South China Sea, long symbols of its maritime dominance, are vulnerable. Allied forces waste no time. Fiery Cross Reef is hit with precision-guided munitions and flattened in a matter of hours. Yulin Naval Base, China's southern naval stronghold, is crippled. For the first time, a true multinational alliance emerges. American bombers from Guam, Japanese fighters from Okinawa, Australian support from Darwin, and Vietnamese missile forces from Ho Chi Minh City operate as a single, relentless strike force. The entire region unites against a common threat, and for China, the tide begins to turn. Meanwhile, in the battered remains of Luzon, something remarkable happens. From the ashes and chaos, the Philippines stands back up. Filipino Marines, initially scattered and devastated, regroup in jungle hideouts and launch wave after wave of guerrilla attacks on Chinese positions. U.S. supply drops reach them by night, keeping hope alive and weapons loaded. This time, it's not just about holding ground, it's about revenge and reclaiming their homeland. Vietnamese, Filipino, and American flags wave together as special forces coordinate daring raids. The world watches as alliances once thought impossible are forged in the fire of war. As the smoke settles over the smoldering South China Sea, one truth becomes clear. In trying to conquer Taiwan, China has set the entire region ablaze. But in that fire, new alliances are born, alliances stronger and more determined than any single nation. The empire that struck first, with all its missiles and might, did not strike last. The dragon burns, the tiger rises, and the islands roar back louder than ever before. This is only the beginning. The battle for Taiwan is far from over. New strategies, new alliances, and new surprises await as the world's greatest powers collide. Stay tuned for the next chapter, where the invasion of Taiwan truly begins and the fate of Asia hangs in the balance. Do you agree with these scenarios and the way the conflict unfolds? We'd love to hear your thoughts and perspectives in the comments below. Your feedback helps us understand the different viewpoints on this complex situation. If you want to stay informed and receive the latest updates as the story develops, consider supporting the channel. Your support allows us to continue providing in-depth analysis and coverage on critical events shaping the future of Asia.